All right, everybody, here we go. Another round. We got Toby, aka the Highway Story, in here. How you doing, man?
Good, good. Nice to meet you. Finally, it's not in person, but this is good. So
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thanks for hopping on. And I guess first things first. You have anything you want to promote, tell people about?
Yeah, yeah. So I go by the Highway Story, and you can find me on all social media outlets at the Highway Story. Um, I have a new song that's actually dropping tomorrow night called "Why I Live." You can find the pre-save link in my Instagram bio. I also have this project that's actually dropping at the end of this month. It's a collab
Okay.
project with this R&B artist called That Boy Twan, and I think it's going to be like really good. I'm really excited for that, so definitely stay tuned for that.
Yeah, word. So, we'll definitely include some of your links when I drop the video. And yeah, excited to hear that project coming out, man. I'm sure it's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
Um, So yeah, let's hop into a couple other questions. Just starting off, where you from, and what do you do? What are your skills as a music creator?
yeah. So I'm from Rockland County. um More or less it's about like, I want to say 30, 40 minutes right outside of like NYC,
Okay.
so I'm in there. I'm in the city a lot. And then music wise, I am part-time like a producer. And I play guitar, I play like a couple other instruments, so like I try to kind of keep myself like hands-on with whatever I'm working on for myself. So that's like a really big thing for me. But other
Yeah.
than that, my skills, I really think I'm a good people person. you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's always
That's like
good,
my
man.
go-to. That's my go-to skill whenever anyone asks. I'm like, listen, I can make friends in a heartbeat. Like, it's a great talent. It's a great skill to have, I think, especially like in this kind of field.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. So, I mean, I agree with you one on the people skills, but kind of get into, you, I guess, play a couple of instruments, also produce. Which one came first for you? How did
Um,
that? Hmm.
Instruments, definitely. Cause like in the second grade, I was doing like chorus shit like that. So that's really where it started. And like right up into like I want to say like elementary school is when like band, like I don't know, my
Hmm.
dad was super about like you guys have to pick up an instrument, like he was
Yeah.
super about that because it's like
Mhm.
it's a great way to like kind of force kids to focus on something and like not like sidetrack, like I guess like join gangs or like like other shit, because
Yeah.
like I was around shit like that, and like I definitely think it was like my dad like putting me into like stuff like that, like band, and making me do sports. Like that was a really good way to kind of like keep my head on my shoulder. So definitely, yeah, like instruments came for it. Well, singing then instruments, but it
Yeah.
was
Hey, gotcha, man. Gotcha. So, um, interesting that you started with that and kind of made the transition. Would you say having that skill set first and building that first has helped you as a producer in any way?
yeah, definitely. I think that the most important thing is the fact that like I have my experience and knowledge and theory, and like it's not like the greatest shit in the world. I wasn't like too super in tuned with theory, but it definitely helped me a lot with producing and developing myself as an artist and producer and stuff like that.
Yep, gotcha. Yeah, very cool, man. You know, just right off the bat when we hopped on the call, she had a dope vibe going. We both got the dreads, whatever. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering, like, how would you describe your sound as a producer? Do you have one sound, or, and if you don't, maybe what inspires, all the different projects that you do work on?
Um, I think, damn, that's a really good question. Wow. I feel like all the things that like I grew up with and I've like experienced definitely influenced my sound. Like for sure, I would say my sound is something that you can't really put in a box because like I don't know, man. I love weird shit. Like
Mhm.
I love experimenting. That's the biggest thing. Like even if like I don't like do the full on production, I love experimenting however I can. So I think like the biggest thing I would say to people like who want to like listen to my music or like are listening for the first time is like just be open. Definitely be open because I don't want my music to be something that like you're just gonna hear and be like, yeah, I've heard something like this before. Like I definitely want to say it's like something that's outside of the box. So that's how I
Mhm.
usually try to like put my sound, especially when it comes to like producing stuff like that. The weirder, the better.
Yeah, I like that, man. So then, who are some of your favorite music creators to listen to? Are
Oh
they
man.
also people that kind of push the envelope, or what are some of your go-to people?
Oh, I can go on for days. I go on for days, man. Kanye,
Yes,
first and
sir.
foremost. First and
Yep.
foremost.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Cuddy,
Yep.
super, super, super just influences my music. Then I love Bjork. Bjork
Yeah.
is someone that I think definitely like helped me tap into that weird side of like
Mhm.
music, like not like being afraid of like trying something outside of the box. Like Bjork is amazing. I love like everything she's done. It's
Mhm.
phenomenal. Um and then MJ, just because like MJ, like my dad loved MJ. I grew up hearing a lot of
Mhm.
his records. Like that's something that stuck with me. Teddy Pendergrass,
Yep.
phenomenal, old school, love that guy. And then I guess if I want to start going to more modern stuff like Playboy Cardi, really love Little Peep, Juice World. Those artists definitely like solidified themselves in their own lane, and then like from there created like a whole new lane. Like they came in and influenced their genre respectfully, and like that's something that I really aspire to do as artist myself. And it's just something I really look up to. Like I love when an artist can respectfully say, "Hey, I came into the game, I came into the lane, and I changed. I changed something. It could be the sound, it could be the way people hit certain differently, it could be the way like mixing is done, but like I started this shit or I played a huge part in like this movement, and like that's something I love about like all the artists that I really keep close to my heart because that at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's what it's all about, like bringing something new to the table.
Yeah, gotcha. So, as someone that likes to push the envelope and, create new things, new sounds, new approaches, how do you have you been able to find collaborators that, are kind of on that same wavelength? Is that a difficulty at all for you?
Yeah, oh man, that's a great question. Wow. Yeah, I want to say yes, and then I also want to say no because like there's two sides of it. Like definitely when I first came into it, it was a little bit like difficult because like as a fresh artist that like no one really knows and you don't really have like any work to show for yourself. A lot of the times people don't want to give you like time of the day or like they're gonna like charge you beast for a feature, stuff like that. Um, but then like the moment I started to like establish myself, like that was the biggest turning point for me when I said, you know what, like I don't know why I'm looking for other people. Like I should focus on building myself up and making a name for myself as an artist, as the Highway Story, because that's the brand. So, like, the moment I really started doing that and started pushing the boundary and the limitations of my own like ideas and stuff like that, like, that's when like the door really started to open. And like, it's really true what they say, like, you attract the energy you put out. And so like since I started doing what I started doing and really being about my words, like the people that do come to me or the people I do meet up and link up with are like very like-minded in that sense of like, yo, we all want to create something that's different, that's outside the box. Like, yeah, we might have influences, everyone has influences, and we might take a little something from that, but like at the end of the day, we want to use that to create something new, not just create a copy, a carbon copy. Like I want to
Mhm.
take an idea and then like just transcend that idea. So
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, I love the passion I hear from you, man, and I love your kind of, approach to the way you do things. seems very fresh and new. I guess last question I have for you is just you know, in your opinion, when you do get to collaborate with people, what are some of the things that you think come together that make a collaboration great? What are some of those, what does somebody else need to bring to the table in order to have a good collaboration?
Yeah. Oh, whew, that was a good one. That was a good one. You know, with that topic, I think just to go off on the tangent real quick, the biggest thing that especially advice that I can give to other artists, not even just musicians, just like, anyone in like the creative field, is having an open mind and being open to criticism. I don't mean like, there's a difference between constructive criticism and someone just like, bashing you. You got to be open to that shit. You got to be open to criticism, because you, as an individual, as an artist, you can never excel if you aren't open-minded to like different, ideas and intakes and stuff like that. So when it comes to that, when it comes to collaborating and finally getting that stuff, what I expect from people I work with is to bring a like-minded open-mindedness, like, if you tell me, hey, what you did right here, I like the idea, I think it could be better, great. That's the kind of stuff I want to hear. I don't want a yes man, and I don't expect anyone to think I'll be their yes man. So like, when it comes to stuff like that, I need that kind of energy, the energy to like push yourself to go outside of the box, the energy to not be afraid to take some harsh criticism, and I vice versa, both ways. So I think that's a really, really important thing to carry yourself as an artist, is to expect that, to set a level of yourself, to set an expectation for yourself, meet that expectation, and then from then on, anyone you work with has to be at that level, because the whole point is to make growth, to grow as an artist. So it's like, not to like, say I'm like the next big thing or put myself on a pedestal, but it's just like, if I'm way up here, anyone I work with needs to be at this level, or at least like show me that they're working, like they have that drive, they're striving to meet me, and not just meet me and chill with me. They're trying to get to where I'm at and surpass me. And not to make it into a competition, but like the whole point is to constantly try to elevate. Like I need that like pressure, it makes me hungry for this shit. And that's the
Yep.
biggest thing when it comes to collaborating. It's like, I love listening to tracks with features, and then I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. Like, I can't think what this guy's featuring is gonna bring to the table. And then the feature
Right.
comes in and then does something crazy. I'm like, is this a feature or is this guy's song? Like, that's when you really see great content, and that's what I expect whenever I collaborate with people.
Gotcha, man. Hey, they say pressure builds diamonds, and it sounds like you're bringing the pressure, man. I love to hear it. I hope other people hear that when they, watch this interview. And yeah, man, I mean, thank you for giving me the time. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, man, me too. We're definitely gonna have to like do more stuff like this, Like I really, like I said to you, I appreciate what you're doing. Like, like I got to you a little bit late, but I was just like, nah, this is like really dope. I think it's stuff like this that really creates a great safe place for artists, aspiring artists, or just people that want to like network and stuff like that. Like what you're doing right here, like just this face to face kind of, I mean, not in person, but face to face kind of interview. It creates relationships, and it creates establishments, like a foundation where like further down the line, like, we can help each other elevate in our respective fields. And like, I love that stuff. Like, I love that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And, I hope it's obvious through, everything I've been doing with the Crown server. But I mean, everything I'm doing is trying to help music creators like yourself just succeed, elevate, and, give you the tools to get where you want to get. So, anything I can do to help you going into the future, just let me know. And, I'll definitely be keeping my ear to everything, watching out for the new projects. And yeah, I'm just hyped to get everything going and, keep track of all the cool music that's coming through the server.
Yeah, me too, man. Like, there's some pretty cool people in there. Like, it's dope. Like, I definitely think that,
Yeah, thank you, man. And absolutely what I'm trying to create. And if you know anybody else that's passionate and dedicated to their craft like you are, man, like please invite them to the server because I feel like you're the exact kind of music creator we need. So yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me here, bro. Let me know, once this comes up. I'd totally love to like share this on all my like platforms and try to bring more people over to this side.
Yeah, absolutely will do. And I'll DM you. We'll get all the details worked out. But yeah, thanks again. And yeah, I'll talk to you. Have a good one, man.
Have a good one, man.